My. So, I guess the little hand on the clock has struck 0, and now it's time for the action, right? Well, yeah, hello. I am Sergey Desu. I am the purveyor of posteriors, the Mazaku of madness. I am MB dangerous. That is ENB. Why? Well, because I gotta be. But that's neither here nor there. What is here and there is the fact that I decided to go ahead and boot up and do this little shindig. Knowing good and well, I probably wouldn't have a lot of people watching, but I wanted to do this, and because I'm also going to have the VOD on my YouTube, because why not, right? Gotta have insurance. But yeah, having a little fun, having a little good time, a little tee tizzy, if you will. I'm actually gonna go ahead and make things happen on this end. So bear with me. The process of doing all this. I mean, this is going to be rather scuffed, but hey, I do want to please understand. I will likely go and do that intro again when people are here. But yeah. Oh Lord, that's problematic. That's no buenas. What in the blue blazes? Oh Lord, we've got rain. Oh heavens to Betsy! It seems there is a storm that has come, and so shall I. Oh, oh, it got all over my hands. Sheet. I was just like, wait, I'm just looking at my hand like, what is this? What is this? これなんだよ、but, yeah, 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 yeah. Anywho, I don't think I will be doing too much with this stream. This is more so just me wanting to kind of do some catch up with people if anybody's in the house tonight. It's probably not going to be longer than like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. It'll kind of be like a live podcast, I guess. I'll do like some updates and stuff. Maybe show off the fit. I'll do that momentarily, but yeah, it's not going to be anything special. For the most part, I was going to do this sort of thing in October when I actually have a PC. Because right now I'm using a Chromebook, so expect scuff. I'm just saying. If you've been around when I've posted and made content, you're probably in the know that there will be scuff. So, yeah, it really do be like that. But I just wanted to go ahead and like connect with some people now that I'm officially in my new stage, my new chapter. If you haven't already, please check out the blogo. I made blogo. I made a vlog for the blog, and I also posted a YouTube video. So let me just do that. Just go ahead and put that in the chat. Um, one of the things that I do want to do is aside from do catch up, maybe give a preface to what I'm going to be doing in the next month or so. Eventually, I do want to kind of double back because I didn't really do an episode for March technically because that was the live stream that I did with the three other individuals. And it didn't really turn out as good as I'd hoped. I will likely try and do a makeup of such. If I can get those three people to come together and do just kind of like a little mock up. Hey, we made an oopsie, but we're here now. So I would love to do that if they're down, but I probably will just do like a recap and then I'll show what I had made, which was just from scratch a little PowerPoint of a game that they partook in. And I think they did phenomenal. I'm really happy that they were sports about it and they weren't really too bothered by the constant technical issues. That seems to be one of my greatest ops is technology, and it hurts, especially when I enjoy it so to varying degrees. But what can you do? C'est la vie, right? I'm really digging this. This was kind of an unintentional. If it like Sergi, why are you in a closet? Because this is the first time I've ever had a closet this huge that I could do something like this, right? This is insane. It is insane to me because, I mean, there's the top, tippy top, right above my lovely little flag. Yes, yeah. Get that action back there. And then here, where there's just a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. And then right here is another shelf that I can just kind of get in there with that. And that's kind of nice. So I was just like, oh, I don't really have a desk. This will do. It's nice, quiet, encapsulated, if you will. And I just figured, at least for the time being, until I actually get a desk, this will do. Especially if I'm just doing stuff on this. Like, this will not be the norm when I actually get my PC. For now, it will have to suffice. So, yeah, I'm hoping that that rain doesn't get too crazy. We just got the internet up and running yesterday. So the first day that I was here with my roommate, I mean, it was just very much struggle. Didn't really have a lot of food, but we remedied that. But we didn't have internet, and then on top of not having internet, like okay, we don't have Wi-Fi. Okay, well, thankfully I don't use a lot of data on my phone, so that was okay. So I thought we're in a dead zone essentially. We're I don't know what it is about the area that we're in, but somehow, some way, it has manifested into the perfect little dead zone where if you look the wrong way, you'll lose connectivity. That's happened to me several times where I'm literally just laying in bed and I'll have my phone and I'll just be like, eh. And then it'll just be like from 5G, perfect, to, and I just lose service. I'm just like, dog. And I'll be like listening to music or I'll be reading something and it'll just be like, you know, and I'm like, that's bollocks. It's the worst. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I'm out here getting hoed as per usual. Just a mess, a proper mess. Why? Why even? Why even bother? Ah, today's only the 2nd of May, beginning of the month. I'm wondering what I would like to do come week after next, because not next week, because I got paid this week, and of course I don't get paid weekly. I'd love that, but at the same time it'd probably be a bad idea in my case. Having been on both sides of that, and then also having been somebody that has been that gets paid not bi-weekly, but like twice a month on like that one, I never understood. Like, okay, so not every 2 weeks, but just twice out of the month you will get paid. And I guess that's like specified in some magnitude where, okay, you're going to get your paycheck maybe on this Friday, and then you'll go like 2 weeks without getting paid. And then that last month or that last week, if it's a 4 month or a 4 week month, you'll get paid again. And I think that sucks personally. Me personally, I wouldn't want to. I don't like the sounds of that. That sounds bad. That sounds crusty and dusty, and wouldn't like to partake in that. And oh yes, excuse me. How such bad etiquette. I promise I'll be better in the future. I want to. Okay, that might be a little bit better now. Okay, that's perfect. I guess that's something I'll have to do come Monday. gosh. Good heavens. The skin on me thumb is getting really bad. That's why I don't like my job sometimes. It be destroying my little beautiful hands. I don't, I don't condone to this sort of assault. Just very rude, very unpleasant. And send. There. Now they can leave me be. I hope for the time being. Oh man, something about this just feels really nice. It kind of goes back into my whole process, like doing podcasts and whatnot, but this is in a live format. So even though there may not be anybody really tuning in right now, it is still allowing me to cycle through or not really cycle through, but more so just kind of just go through the archive of things that I've been wanting to talk about to more extent, but I've just kind of put off to the side. And if it isn't a Kitty Keats, yes, hello, Kitty. Greetings, my dear. Yes, it is me, the one and only Sergey Desu. Yes, I'm coming live from my newly acquired closet. And I love it so much because it's like all this space, just all of that is back there. It's really back there. And just yeah. I like it because it's like I don't have a desk right now. And it has varying levels of shelving. So I'm just drinking it in, my dear. I love it so much. It's very comfortable. Uh Nice and secluded. And yeah, I'll make it work until I'm able to afford a new whole rig setup and all that jazz, as well as a desk. The desk will be light work. Maybe not so much now because I'm a pro bitch. Yeah, that's the joy of getting like a new place. Is just, hey, you did the thing. Congratulations. Enter broke and struggles. So, yeah, very much closet talk. I mean, I feel like it's very on brand because the gay, like just big gay. I think it's pretty on brand. Yeah, yeah. Word. But we do need to have our yap sesh. I do owe you that. I know you've been very busy with a lot of things going on. I won't disclose all your information. That's not my place to do that, Kitty. But you understand. You know what I'm talking about. You've been very busy. You've been dealing with life. But eventually we will get to the point where we will have our yap sesh like old times. And I'm looking forward to that. There you go. Oh my goodness. You kill me. And I was going to show you the fit, and here you go, being so just uncouth. So uncouth. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. I saw that you streamed the other day, and I'm very sad that I was not fully capable of enjoying it because it was. Was it Tuesday? You streamed earlier this week, didn't you, Kitty? Just refresh my memory because I feel like you did. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, oh, okay. So, yeah, it's a short one. Well, hey, joyous for you. This will likely be a short one as well. I don't really expect hundreds of people coming. I, I, I don't know what I would do in that case of having that many people in my chat, at least right now, as somebody that's still very much trying to figure out what they want to do with their content platform. So the idea of having that many people is kind of like, wow. So maybe check back if I ever get to that point. But for now, I'm very much just kind of expecting to toil in obscurity. I mean, hey, I appreciate it. I hope to hear some people chime in. If not, then I'll just ramble on. And if it strikes a chord with you, cool. But if it doesn't, then it is what it is. But for everybody else, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm coming live from my closet, as I've already said before. Recently, just moved into a new place with my roommate, and it was okay for Friday. I had to work, of course, because why not? I I'm off for the weekend, though. I know that much, and I don't accept call-ins, so they're not going to see me until Monday. But with all that out of the way, I do want to at least show off the fit. Like I put this all together just to be cute in a closet because that's what queers do, right? That's what queers, neurospicy people do. Just silly things like this. I'm gonna dress up and not go out because I'm not going out because it's raining and there's also thunderstorms, and I'm just tired. I can have fun with my internet queers and all that stuff. That's no big deal to me. I'll save all the energy for going out some other time. Plus, my beloved friendo, one of my most esteemed elder queers, is supposed to be stopping by tomorrow anyway. So I need to focus on that, right? Not like I have much to showcase. Like, behold, my humble abode that is still very empty. But I mean, at least I have a bed and I have a television and stuff, right? And I have toilet paper in my bathroom and I have soap to wash my ass. So we up. Okay, that means something to me. As long as I got my TP and I got my soap, we up, and I can lay my head down on my bed with clean linen. We up. That's all I gotta say on that. So, with all that out of the way, why don't we just show off the fit? Because I keep talking about it, right? So, anyways, yes, in true me fashion, I have Mommy Rhea Ripley because I love wrestling, and I have this nice little crop vest that I've probably worn maybe 3 times. And then if I step back into the frame, you have this lovely little skirt. And then, of course, you have this. I'm giving you leg action. You're not getting anything else outside of that. So drink it in. You're welcome. You're so welcome. But yeah, that's what I got going on with that. Oh, you've got a question? No. You want yours, your black lipstick, our black lipstick, our black lipstick. I think I'd make it look stellar, dear, especially with the glasses. People, I didn't think these were anything super amazing, but anytime I wear these hose, and these are like, I got these for like maybe $3. Motherfuckers are in love with these shades. And I'm just like, thanks. I guess it just works with the face. So, yeah, I have no complaints. Yes, I'm always going to be a menace to you. Come on now. It's Friday. I'm off from work. I got the weekend off. Come on. You know me. You have to know me by now. On that case, in that regard, you are guaranteed to have me act up and act out to a certain degree, within reason. Within reason. Let's see. Can I Because I know I have a little bit of flexibility. Oh yeah, they are Morpheus glasses. Essentially, they are right. Um, only, I won't give you the lipstick back, but I can let you hold the socks, kitty. The socks are nice. You would like the socks. Mm. Also, Kitty, since you asked me a question, I have a question for you in particular, as far as like your RP stuff. Like how has that been coming along at this point? And for anybody else in the crowd, how are you doing? Greetings, salutations. If you are a fan of it, if you can indulge in it, what is your favorite cheesecake? So yeah, just that. Oh, it's only fun. Okay, I'll take fun. I imagine that's all I need to know as an outsider, just looking in. I've been debating on since I don't have to deal with being broke for much longer, just week after next. So I think I can make do. Like I've got enough to get to that point. But one of the things that I want to spring for with that next paycheck, because I do like obviously I want to be an adult and do adult things and focus on making sure that the things that need to be taken care of are taken care of. But some of the other things that I would like to start springing for, I'm not sure yet. I'm not really sure yet. I don't know if it's just going to be a furniture piece or if it's just going to be me looking to enjoy some sort of leisurely piece. Oh my god, bro. Then get me the game. Man, granted, I know you can get it for the free 99 and you get several expansions, but if I'm gonna play that, it's likely gonna be on PC. Because that's where I started playing 14 anyways, was on PC. I played it with my beloved friendo slash Kohai, and it was super fun back then. Of course, I fell off because I was just, I guess, I wasn't really motivated to continue on because it was just like me and her playing, and whenever she wasn't around, I was just kind of like trying to befriend people and try and run raids, and it just got very frustrating. But then again, maybe it's because I was just running DPS. I was playing Monk, and I was just like, all right, dog, like, can I find squads and stuff? And can I find people that I can just link up with so I can feel motivated to continue this process? And I just said, nah. Me and MMOs are always been have always been kind of a weird pairing, but maybe this can be the year where I finally just say no. I'm just gonna go ahead and deal with the grind and find my own way. I really get into the social aspect of that, and I try not to look into it being below so much when it comes to that. Granted, me being an introvert and being very comfortable with just running solo and a lot of things, it's very funny to hear that coming out of my mouth. You know what, Des? I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that lovely plug. Wonderful. But yeah, I don't know, Kitty. Maybe later this year that can be something that I can do. I don't know if I would stream that. I feel like there's everybody and their mama pops on that and they're streaming it. I don't have any desire to. I would just likely play that at my own volition, and then I would go ahead and I would pursue. other things in streaming that. Wow, wow. Hi, Meowdy. Hello, Meowtane. Uh, I know, right? I'm just spitting lies here. Um, I'm 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 indulging the masses. I showed off my fit a little bit. You can't really see it. I'll put my titties up here a little bit, but yeah. Hi, hi, RTO. Yeah, and then also, yeah. Since you're here, I'll show you too, RTO. My little Fitterson, my little fitty Fitterson. So yeah, and then you just got that. And then some more leggy, just a little leggy for the people in the back. Just a little leggy, just a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, and that's been the adventure so far. And Kitty, yes, that was the other thing. So I was alluding, I was having my little monologue session at the beginning of this when nobody was really around, and I was discussing how I did want to double back and since we tried to do something. Oh, thank you, Artio. Thank you, dear. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've been meaning to try and delve into more of this style essentially. This I found at a thrift store, and I've been trying to acquire something like this ever since elsewhere. Um, I guarantee I could probably find something akin to this if I really wanted to on like a Temu or something, but I'd rather not. Obviously, the shirt that I paid way too much for, but that's because I like pro wrestling. And when I went to go see a live show, I saw this and I was like, yeah, I definitely want to get this shirt. I mean, I got my other wrestling shirt behind that jacket. So but yeah, Kitty, back to what I was yapping about. I did look at how we had our live stream or attempted live stream, and it didn't really turn out. And I would like to perhaps get the band back together just to do a short, like, condensed version of that. And I don't know, either that or I just do a recap and I just leave you guys be. Um, I mean, hey, Kitty. Every time I try and like come at you, it's always something else. So I don't know. Like you already know, I'd have no problem engaging in this. Okay. Well, if you're down for that, then I'm down for that. I will just have to hit up the lovely GB, and then of course my homie, my fellow wrestling homie E, because I know they would be down. They really enjoyed being in that setting with you and GB, Kitty, and that made me very happy. Um, that was part of the reason why I wanted to do that whole thing in the first place was just to connect people. I mean, it was just a group of black queers coming together, yapping about shit, and just having a good time, regardless of if they knew the content material very well or not. And that made me feel good. It made me feel real good. So I want to do more of that. And I don't know when the next time will be outside of obviously that. But I definitely want to try and make that a regular thing where I just kind of have like group, uh, like not necessarily, it doesn't always have to be IRL or online, but I definitely want to try and do more of that. And for me personally, it helps with not being so straight away from uh, just connecting with people because it's very easy for me to do that now that I've moved and I'm like okay where the locals at where are my people at where are my people at and I'm keeping fine watch. I mean granted not maybe not with these on because I'm blind I'm legally blind fun fact: Sergey is legally blind. What was last time I did my eye exam? I think they said I was around. I don't like that usage, but I think they said I was like 2070, 2080 vision. And me, uh, me being like that for a lot of my life is just like, oh well. I spent a good deal. I remember there was a period of my life where I had no glasses. It was like 7 years I went without glasses, and I just got really good figuring out what things either said or were just by kind of using, I guess, context clues, where it's like, oh, I'm looking at what appears to be a sign that is warning me about something, then that is going to be that thing. Or obviously, if it is a big red sign, then it's likely something saying do not cross, do not enter, stop, whatever. So I got really good at doing that for a while. And I also got it was almost like me tapping into like some daredevil shit where it's like I just kind of it improved my other senses. And then also on top of that, I got really keen on picking up on like subtle movements just because it's like I don't see well. So if I just see something over there, like I like if I'm like this and it's like I was like, oh yeah, there's something. Yeah, so I got like that. It got to a point where it's like, okay, I'm just like noticing more things I have to because it's like I can't see very well. I don't know what the fuck it is. So yeah, that's what happened. And I mean, the eye patch would be cool, but it has to be stylish. It has to be stylish. I rather just have like the full on eye bandana, because I'm a big fan of blind swordsmen and all that stuff. So I think that would be a good look. Just got the bandana over the eyes. You know what? I'm glad I said that. I want to get a replica katana. I think that's something that I'll look at on the next paycheck. Just unnecessary purchases already out the box. That's what happens when you give Sergey money, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I'm gonna pay my bills. I'll make sure food's in the fridge, but I'm going to just do unnecessary shit like that. I deserve it. I've been adulting very well. I deserve it. So that's what's gonna happen. It's either that or not a Steam Deck. Probably not a Steam Deck. I yapped about this on my blog as far as like handhelds, because it's like obviously you have the Switch and then you have the Steam Deck, and most people don't really know about those two. But there's so many others that just kind of flow in betwixt those two, as they are kind of like the bookends of handhelds right now. So yeah, I that's what I did when I got my very first paycheck. Hell yeah. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Ah, speaking of decks, what type of deck are we talking about, darling? What type of deck are we on, huh? Is it shiny? Is it a shiny deck? Hmm. Oh, not you sending me Discord stuff. Heavens to Betsy, you're a menace. Oh, of course. Man, boo, 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 boo. Lily's not even the coolest French woman. Lily's not even the coolest, like, French fighter anymore, I feel like. I feel like Manon from Street Fighter 6 takes the cake now. Like, yeah, Lily has had decades of domination as like, oh yeah, she is the epitome of I don't care if you did I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Okay? You and your little Lily. She's not even your main, bro. She's not even your girl, bro. You're a fraud. You're fraudulent. You are fraudulent. Shame on you. shame on you. The finger to you, shame on you. Okay, that's not even your girl. Get it right. It's Lucky Chloe. You're over here showing me Lily. You're over here cheating on your wife. How dare you? No. Technically, this is on topic because we were talking about fighting games and all that stuff. Oh, oh, got him. You're over here trying to distract me because you're talking about, oh, look at this deck. Yeah. That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you get. You get what you deserve. So, anywho, what we are going to go ahead and get into though is like the handhelds and stuff because granted we are dealing with a nepo baby, an uncouth man child that is in office and he's making tariffs because why not, and that's just causing even more problems because that's all he wants is problems. But I digress. We're not going to give him airtime. The handheld market is still super great, and I enjoyed talking about it because of all these things that are out right now. Because most people, they only know about a Nintendo Switch. They only know about the Steam Deck now. And I mean, it's just like the common case of the choice A1 or A2, or I guess you can even say A or B, but I feel like for the most part, they try and always peddle it as like these are both the best, and there's A1 and then there's A2, and it's like 9 times out of 10 they're kind of running their own. They're kind of running the same shit. I mean, Apple and Samsung, and then you've got Microsoft and Sony, and then you've got so many others. But when it comes to like the handheld market, I feel like this is like the perfect spot to kind of break away from all of that because you have so many different interweaving types that can really give you an opportunity to have choice. I like the Switch. I think the Switch is amazing. The greatest thing to ever hit the world, not just the gaming industry. And it really has just revolutionized a lot of things. It was really hard to challenge anything like the Nintendo Switch, regardless of the fact that you have an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, and now the Series X and S and the PS5, because it's the Nintendo Switch and it's Nintendo, and there's this convenience of portability because you can take it anywhere with you. Sure, you can say, "Oh, I could take my Xbox and my PlayStation with me anywhere. I could do that. I've got this neat setup that nobody else has." I'm like, why do you have to do all that work just to achieve this that is like a fraction of the price? Who cares if it can't run every game under the sun? It does what certain people consider is enough, right? And then you get the Steam Deck. This like, hey, maybe you just like to have your cool set of games, your ever so growing Steam library in your pocket or your backpack or your fanny pack. Well, you can. And I think that's neat. And now, because of that, there's so many other versions of this PC handheld that exists that people aren't really familiar with because all they know is 1A and 1B or just A1, A2. And it's like, how do we educate more people on these options? Now, granted, it is a matter of not just knowing that they exist, but also realizing what is going to be important, the most important thing of using these things. One of the biggest things this worth noting is like what's the price of these things. A lot of these handhelds run a very steep price, and it's essentially like just buying a PC. And at that point, why not just buy a full gaming rig, right? uh, I don't I don't hate that because I understand that a lot of these handhelds come with a serious amount of like power. You really do just have a whole PC in your back pocket if you can fit it back there. Those things are huge. They're massive. They're just kind of like this. Yeah. So it's but nowadays I feel like we have enough variety that you don't just have to keep going for the top dogs, but it's a matter of working through the issues of tariffs and whatnot to allow you to get to that, because a lot of these things are finna just jump up in price because it is, yeah, it's May 2nd. So yeah, a lot of things have already gotten price hikes. I mean, heck, I mentioned it earlier, but like Timu, like they up their prices now. And I was like, hey, that sucks, dog. But hey, that's where things are at now, and that's kind of unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I mean, what can you do, right? What can you do other than show up for midterms when they come up? Yeah, definitely try and show up for midterms. Be a lot more present for your community and your fellow individuals, your constituents, your confidants, your metamirs, all of them. Yeah, just be there for your people. And then be there for the people that might not be your people, but you see them and you want to help them. And you can see that they go out and help others. It's a nice way to be. Katie, do you have any questions for moi or anybody that's in the audience tonight for this unexpected stream from good old Surgiverse Studios? Yeah, that's where we're at. We're in Surgiverse Studios. I'm your host, your lovely host, Sergi Desu, the small but fierce, the Mozoku of madness, the cake connoisseur, the friend of Proresu patron, and MB Dangerous. MB Dangerous. That's ENBY because I gotta. Yeah. My nice little list of titles that I have for myself because why not, right? You gotta feel yourself if nobody else is gonna feel you. With consent, of course. I would love to put some music on, but I really didn't want to risk making this thing explode. And I hear thunder. Oh, Lord. It might actually be getting close to that time of doom. I'm not taking any chances, especially after the last time I tried the live stream and that thing just said, hell no. And I'm just like, bro, dog, you fucked up my whole thing. You killed it. Like, seriously. That made me really sad because I put so much work into it. Like, you're talking about weeks of work. And I went through, I had my little test run with the homies, and everything seemed pretty solid. And then Mother Nature just said, but what about Storm? I'm just like, well, what do you mean by that? And the internet just kept saying, doo doo, doo doo, doo doo. And I was just like, this is wild. This is wild. Just, it felt bad, man. It felt bad. And I hope that I am much more prepared in the future for things like that. I mean, I was a little on the fence about doing this because I woke up and I saw, oh yeah, there's gonna be thunderstorms. I'm just like, of course there is. Of course there is. The day that I said I was gonna do this little pop-up impromptu stream where I'm just yapping at people, just chatting, and you're gonna hit me with this. This is egregious. This is anti-black. This is anti-queer. This is anti-trans. This is anti a lot of things. I'm not feeling it at all. So yeah, managed to escape it. I managed to escape it though, and I feel like things are running pretty decently. Also, thank you for showing up, Kitty, and everyone else that has been in the house. And it's been fun. I'm still really happy about this experience, and I look forward to growing this experience of mine so that I can become. I mean, I don't want to become a big time face in the world of streaming or content creation. I just want to feel comfortable enough to do a lot of cool things that I don't really need to have be recognized or acknowledged, but just being able to feel great that I did something and people are like, I fucks with that. They did something very unique. Or just have something that's super unique and people can just be like, yo, hell yeah. Still working on that. Just like I'm working on getting back into writing, building a lot of different universes and stuff. Just like how I want to get back into doing film work and stuff, or rather start doing film work. But I want to get back into photography as well. I had a little bit of time messing around with like a little shooter, and it was neat. It was very much just kind of like a self-taught experience. So I could only imagine how things would be if I had a little bit more guidance and just I could I could go places with that, I imagine. And to think that in the last 3, 4 years, I've just been kind of really just the thing about being a nomad is that you just really come across a lot of different things. It's wild to think about. It's wild to kind of reflect back on. It's like all these different things, all these different engagements, all these different key moments that have kind of led me to here, right? Oh, thank you, RTO. Much love, my dear. What? Yeah. Yeah, I think with me slowly but surely getting up there in age, well, not even that. Just I'm reaching a point where things are starting to really just kind of mold together a lot more for me, but I don't have everything together, and I I'm starting to be a lot more patient. Is the hit for me? Is I'm starting to be a lot more patient, and that's a good thing. What do you mean, hush? I mean, I turned 34 this year. I'll be 34 in October. I'm getting up there, man. I'm getting up there. I'm almost at the middle 30s. Yeah, I'm patient. A prime example is anytime you're up your shenanigans, I'm very patient with that. I'd like to say, in comparison to younger me, I'm very patient, I would say. So, yeah, I'm taking my time with more things and trying to be a lot more present with things as they come. It's not always going to be perfect. I do screw up a lot, and I just accept that that is the life process. I've beaten myself up enough being a perfectionist, and I just don't want to do that anymore. I mean, suppose so. Maybe that's me just trying to get out all of the bundled up energy that I have. Maybe that's what it is, Kitty. Because, sure enough, I. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. friend showed me frogs, and I have to pay respect to frogs. So apologies for that. But yeah, a lot of your shenanigans can be pretty mild, Kitty. I think that's what it is that you being a milder being allows me to enjoy my spicier shenanigans because I don't necessarily have too many people that I can kind of bounce that energy off of like that. Because usually I would be like the inverse. Because I'm very much the type of person that's like I can burn out really quickly if it's just like two people all the way up here all the time. And it's like, okay, no, I'm gonna tap out. I'm not really trying to be in the competition. I just wanted to do that. But I think that's where the conversation piece comes into play, perhaps. And just having people that understand that sometimes the switch just might we'll be at it for like maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just being goofy, just too much high energy shit, and then like, okay, we're done. And some people are like, oh man, I'm still going. Like, what you mean? What you mean? Why you stopping? Like, because I'm done, bro. That's all I want to do. And some people are just like, oh, come on, dog. Like, come on, we can keep on. Like, no, we can't. You can. I can't. I'm done. That's all I wanted to do. I just had to get that out of me. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I should probably take those down, shouldn't I? Mercy, child. I forgot that I left my pieces up there. Let me just. Yep. And I left them in the newspaper too. Because. So you guys, I wouldn't expect anybody to know what these are. So maybe if one of my maybe if like my friend E was here, then they might know, even though they didn't see me wrap these up. This one. I'm proud of myself for wrapping these up so nicely, even though they weren't really in grave danger of getting destroyed. But still, just me trying to take care of things. So, in true wrestling nerd fashion, I have one replica belt. This is the Intercontinental Championship. Yes. For most people, they're probably familiar with like the just World Championship, and that's cool. But I like this one. This is one of the titles that I've always associated with my upbringing as a young being watching wrestling. This was always my favorite one because I thought they looked super cool. I just liked that it had like the blue gems and it's just oval. It just looked really nice, especially when you have it like this. It just looks nice in the hand. So yeah, I went ahead when a couple of months ago when I had money in my pocket, I decided to go online and get me one of my very own. So yes, there's that one. And then this one is a special one because this one is not one found in WWE, which is the one that everybody really knows when it comes to professional wrestling, the old Stone Colds and the Undertakers and all that stuff. No, there's also other companies that exist all over the world. And this one comes from Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling. So this is their version of that title, known as the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. And I just really liked it because it looks so nice. They got the white belt and just some solid, nice gold platings and all that stuff. It has the little domes on the side. It's just really nice. I never considered myself much of a collector bean. So this was an opportunity to kind of dig into that kind of realm, right? So those are the only two I have. I'll likely get more, um, but I'll also likely acquire some other fine wares. Like I said earlier, I'll probably go online and get like a katana. Everybody, if anybody has recommendations, I mean, I know of mini katana. Like I think that's the one that everybody goes to. I'm not going to Amazon. I'm not going to give them my money. So that's out of the question. Uh, eBay, maybe, but I also know that they have a propensity to also get things from Amazon at times, and that kind of sucks. So, but I definitely want to get a katana of sorts. Uh, since I remember my papa when I was a young bean, he always had like the three deal, like the tanto, the wakizashi, and then the katana. And I always, I mean, that's just the decorative piece, but I was like, I always wanted like just it's just a straight up katana. It's not even like it doesn't have to be like an anime replica. It could just be a regular straight up katana. I'm not one of those type of people that gets super hype about like. Well, I take that back because I know maybe from One Piece because I know I want Law's sword and I definitely want the El Enma from Zoro. But those are like the only two swords, at least off the top of my head, that I'm like, as far as in relation to anime, that I would want. Other than that, I'm fine with just regular old katanas. I have a place called Zero Gravity. They sell a lot of swords. Oh no! Oh yeah. It mainly got rusted because of lack of cleaning, but lived and learned. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. Zero Gravity. Okay. I appreciate that recommendation. I could, let's see. I'll go ahead and pop up my phone and see if I can find something like that. Sounds pretty rad. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Part of me is kind of sad that I feel like if I were to try and do it on my little Chromebook, it would probably explode. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Let's save that. I'm trying to think. There was something else that I wanted to yap about. I might have already mentioned this earlier, but I don't think anybody was really around. And if they were just lurking. Which much respect to the lickety lurkers. For October, right? October is when I'm actually looking to be back doing content of any sort, be it streaming, stuff with YouTube. If I decide that I want to do playthroughs, I don't know if that's in my bag. I can yap, I can talk about stuff. But October is when I'm looking to be back doing like regular full on streaming. So we have a good ways to go. We're not even really in summer yet. So specifically October, because me being Libra, I'm Libra. So that's my birth month. If I can pull up my calendar because I forgot if there was something that I wanted to do. Is that so? That's a Thursday. That's kind of crusty. Well, fun fact. So I was born on a Wednesday. Born on a Wednesday at 8 p.m. in a little county town in North Carolina, and it was interesting to see that all kind of come full circle. Because last year, I think it really kind of affected me heavy because last year at that time I was actually dealing with homelessness at that time. So you could only imagine where my headspace was. It wasn't even just because of, oh, it's my birthday and I'm living in a shelter or whatever, but just, oh, like more often than not, something takes place around my birthday, and it doesn't make me loathe it or despise it or just kind of dread it, if you will. But there's always this kind of feeling of like, damn, bro, like, why even, right? I'm not the type of person that's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have like a big celebration for my birthday. I haven't been like that. Um, I guess I just got to a point where that was just kind of the vibes because it's like I was not the type of kid that ever got birthday parties for a number of reasons. But eventually I was just like, I just kind of lost the desire for that. And I mean, now it's just like, hey, yeah, I mean, this, yeah, I've gained another year. So, yeah. But I figured for this year, it would be a good opportunity to kind of kick off with doing streaming and stuff. And with it being October, obviously, the only things that I want to do for that month is just Halloween stuff, just horror, all sorts of horror, be it indie, big budget, whatever. So that's the game. That's them's the vibes for the upcoming fall season. I guess a lot of people can breathe a sigh of relief since they announced that GTA 6 was delayed until next May. So, hey, all these games that have been on your radar and list that you were like, oh man, it needs to come out before GTA 6 if you're the type of person that gave a rat's ass about GTA 6 to begin with. But now it's like, okay, I can actually take time to enjoy these games and not have to worry about dedicating my entire life to GTA 6, which some people have been talking about the price of that in conjunction with the price of the Switch 2 and the price of the Switch 2 games and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know what to tell you about. Like, is this kind of gotten to the point where just like many generations and iterations before when they made the price jumps and people were up in arms, it's like it kind of goes beyond just the industry and it falls more so on like a lot of things going on in the economical state and whatnot. So I mean, with that, yes, you can shake your fist and be like, I can't believe I gotta spend this much now. And it's like, bro, we've been trying to find a way to prevent this sort of like constant bleeding, but people keep letting people that support this sort of thing stay in the chairs. So you're gonna see this happen more often than not, and it hurts and it sucks, but this is where we're at. Unless you want to just pirate games, I don't know. I'm not that I'm condoning that. I didn't say any of that thing. I didn't say any of that. Okay, just play indie games, bro. Just play indie games. All y'all, all y'all that like to just play like the big budget games. Like, what are y'all doing to yourself? What are you doing to yourself? Why are you doing this to yourself? Love yourself and enjoy some indie games. Support your small teams. Support your small indie teams. Play these amazing indie games that win awards. And you're like, what even is this game? I've never heard of this game in my entire life, bro. And then you'll probably see like your favorite content creator that's like, so yeah, I'm trying out this game. I don't even know what it is, man. I just got a copy of it, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. It's like, bro, it doesn't hurt to just be curious and be interested in trying something new. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to destroy your credit or whatever the hell you got. Like, just play more indie games. A lot of the games that I have on my Steam wish list or my Steam library are lesser known indie games. So yeah, indie games are severely slept on. Yes, they are. A lot of indie games are slept on. And it's like, to some degree, that's great. But to some degree, it is pain. It's great because it's like, okay, they remain lesser known. They have this cult following, this devoted fan base. And if they got big, then maybe they lose that luster. But that's not always the case. I feel like you can find a lot of people that they know how to ride that success and keep it. And they don't just get, the lights don't get too big for them. And they're able to continue to make great things. Like, we're seeing it more and more and more and more and more. And it's great because it's like it forces people to kind of step back from like, oh yeah, I only play AAA titles and all these high fidelity photorealistic action RPGs where you have this gruff grizzled white man or this very buxom white femme or whatever. And you start realizing this like, oh wait, there's so much more happening around me. Oh snap. Look at all these neat games. Like, most of the games that I completed in like the previous year or so were indie titles. One of the most enjoyable games experiences that I had in recent time, aside from Ghostwire Tokyo, was Botany Manor. Played that, completed it, had a great time. I was like, man, I felt like I had a real genuine experience with that, and I felt like I could learn some more about botany. Fun game, super fun game. What was another one? Return to Grace was another indie game that I played. Just a just like a narrative driven game. Didn't really have action. You were just picking up the story of being on a planet because your ship crashed. Super fun. Games like that, man. More experiences like that. That's why we love seeing these dev shows for like indie games and whatnot, like Wholesome Direct and whatnot, and Next Fest and all that stuff. We love seeing those like that. Because, I mean, we know what the AAA are going to do. The AAA are going to AAA. People are going to play them day zero, not even day one anymore. You get people that they play them like a week in advance, and it's just like, bruh, you're killing the vibes. Why? Because you want that advantage, okay? And like, what advantage? Like, when it comes to like playing multiplayer games, like the next Call of Duty or something. Heck, even fighting games. If you had it good like that in fighting games, oh yeah, I'm number one on the leaderboard in the new Street Fighter or Tekken. It's like, okay, how long is that gonna last before the real killers come through and stuff you? So it's just like, for 5 hours, I was number one on the leaderboard, baby. Okay, cool. Anybody can have that. The 5 minutes of fame. Anybody can have that. But it's like, how's that going to lift you up, right? It's not. It's truly not, but I guess it makes for some level of entertainment. Is that a gentle brown baby? Oh my heavens. It is a gentle brown baby. My dear, sweet, food, Mickey, darling. Greetings, salutations. So glad you can make it to the festivities. I've been here for about an hour just kind of idly yapping. Oh, extra brown. Oh, okay. Melanin. Oh, okay. Yeah, I love that for you. So also, let me be for anybody that's joining in. I've done this a few times, and I don't mind doing it because it's so fun. I'll just show off the fit for today. Yes, so today we are representing our dearest wrestling mommy, Rhea Ripley. I have my lovely little vest to kind of go because if you've ever seen her, you know that she likes to wear crop vests. So I was like, it's so apropos that I have something like this. So you already know what it is. And then of course you've got the little skirterson. And then for the girlies, the gays, and the theys back at the house, we've got leggy, we've got the socks, we've got the boots. Yeah, we just so you already know what it is. Oh man. So yeah, that's the fit for today. Just dolled myself up just so I could be in front of a camera talking to people. So yeah. Oh, you just woke up. Well, I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you. I was like, I want to get dolled up to go nowhere because I'm tired because I worked today. And I was just like, and it's also storming. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's just rumbles. It rained when I was coming home, and I was just like, man, as long as it doesn't screw up the internet, which just got put on yesterday. So, yeah, it's been a time. And then it's like I was showcasing not too long ago my hardware because championships and stuff, shiny little wrestling belts that I had that I forgot that I had on my top shelf that they were wrapped in newspaper because I wanted to take extra care of them because why not? So yeah, we've just been yapping, me, Kitty, a few other passerbys, my beloved newly minted bean RTO, who is also in the chats. That is Meowton Do. It's just been dope. I wasn't really intending on making this a super long stream. I partially felt obligated to doing this earlier rather than later, only because I would likely want to spend time chilling in some other friendo's stream. And I'm still debating on who that's going to be because I feel like I want to try and when the time comes, I'll probably give this like another maybe 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, and then I will raid you guys to somebody. Probably because I did see somebody that popped on. They are a fellow Esu, and that'll make sense when I go ahead and I send you guys over to them. But for the most part, I was just kind of doing a recap and also just talking extensively about some of the future plans, GB, as far as like for October. October is when I'm actually looking to get back into this, which is just streaming or making content outside of like the blog and then of course with the podcast, which I'm probably going to get back to this month. I know I don't think she's in the chat right now. My beloved Fredo Spitzy. I do have her slated as one of my upcoming guests for the podcast, and that will be likely in June. Yeah, it very much so the spooky return. Part spooky, but also part my birth month because I was born in October. So I was just like, why not just do it in October? I'm gonna play nothing but horror centric games. Do I have anything special in store for my birthday? Probably not, but if I guess when the time gets close, I'll figure something out. Um, I do want to consider making some form of content outside of going live on Twitch or YouTube, and maybe that'll be what I do for that. It might not be something specifically on the stream. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to some of y'all and say, should I just make that? Because my birthday is going to be the 2nd of October. So that's a Thursday. I guess if I peer into the future, if I'm still at the job that I'm at right now, I would be off on Thursday. Do I want to stream? Or do I mean, I would probably just save it for the weekend because I would likely have that weekend off anyways. But we'll see. We will definitely see. Anything could happen. Anything could change. But yeah, June I will be looking to have my beloved friendo Spitzy as the guest for my podcast, and I'll save sharing information or in-depth information as far as to what that'll be all about. But gosh, I kind of wish I had like commands and stuff set out so I could try and shout out Spitzy. But Spitzy speaks Japanese, and that's just with JP. But she's a super amazing being. I love all the stuff that she does. She is a polyglot. She is a certified into Japanese speaker, which means that she is extremely fluent. It's not the highest level, but she is currently working on obtaining the highest level. And she's also been speaking Mandarin, if I remember correctly. I want to say it's Mandarin. So yeah, she's been doing a lot. Love the stuff that she does. So that is going to be the person that I'd be looking to speak with on my podcast on in June. July, I figure I'll probably just share some of the key things. July, I will be looking at taking like a weekend getaway to go to DC. Because, I mean, for those that know or remember, I spent a little time over there in Baltimore, and I made a lot of great friends out there as far as like a lot of the queer BIPOC trans people out there. Found a really good community out there, and I miss them. And I want to go back and I want to see them, hang out. Um, I'm kind of bummed about not doing it during the month of June, but that's just I feel like that's a little too close, especially with me having just recently moved in and I'm trying to get a little established. And it's like I gotta rebuild my savings now. So I figured I would just do that July. Um, yeah, I've eventually I I was supposed to go down to Florida with my family back in for spring break, but that didn't happen. I guess there was a change of plans. I was talking to my stepmom. She was like, "Hey, we really want you to come spend the time with us," and I was like, "Okay, just let me know." But also, dot dot dot, potentially moving into a new place, so need to know something now, and it never happened. And I was just like, "Well, I'm gonna move. You guys do whatever." So eventually, I guess I'll take another trip down to Florida so I can see some of my Florida beans because they deserve some love. Yeah, we still need to kick it. We still need to kick it. There's a couple of you lovelies down there in Florida, and I definitely have to come see you guys. Because I mean, I have to, like I spoke earlier, but I'm very much a nomad. I've been around a lot of different states, and one of the states that I lived in, not just visited, lived in, was Florida. I lived in Fort Lauderdale. I lived in Miami, and then I spent a little time in Hollywood, Florida. Yeah, I bet it is kind of wild. I don't know if she's still in the chat, but Kitty, Kitty is one of the other beans. So there's a couple of people that I would definitely love to vibe with if I were in Florida anytime in the next couple of months. I guess that could be something that I just start striving for going forward. Is just set aside a little bit of money, make a plan with a couple of beans, and then just do like a weekend getaway, and just be like, hey, yeah, I'll leave on Friday, come back Sunday, and just honestly, that doesn't sound like a bad idea, and I might just do that. Where every few months, I'll just take a little weekend getaway to hang out with some people in different states, try and build up my I don't know, my social battery, and also just my experiences with people that I really enjoy and think highly of. Yeah, that's y'all. So yeah, ultimately, though, and since I'm glad you're actually here now, GB, because I was talking to Kitty about this. But one of the things that I definitely want to try and do, since it kind of fell through, and I feel like I might be able to remedy that to some degree, is do kind of like a recap chat with you guys. That being you, Kitty, and E, in regards to the attempted live stream that we did about fighting games. And I figure I would, if you guys want to get back together, we won't do the same thing exactly, but maybe just have like a an extended cut where we're just kind of talking about the experience that we had with that, maybe sharing some more information or whatever, and then just leave it at that. Fear of traveling. I I can only really share how I did with my initial uh, experience with traveling. It was like the first time that I had left the state, in terms of like being from North Carolina and then growing up in Virginia. And then suddenly it's like I'm going to another state that's not either North Carolina or Virginia that I am fully aware of. Because, of course, when I was a baby, I spent a little time in Baltimore because I have an auntie that lived out there, and then New York. But I was like, I didn't know anything. I was like a newborn, and my dad was like, "We're gonna go see my auntie up in Manhattan." I'm like, "Okay." So, but yeah, like that was it was very jarring, and to some degree, I was scared shitless. But then I think it was like a month or in, I was kind of like, huh, this is kind of okay. Because like I was doing Job Corps, so I had gone to another state, and I was just like, huh, okay. Of course, living with like people that I don't know shit about, it was very jarring, and it took several months to really get past all of that. But I was like, this is kind of okay. So whenever I came back, it was like, yo, I actually kind of dug that, as far as like traveling somewhere else and staying somewhere else for a while. And then it kind of got to the point where I was like, man, what if I just do more of this, but elsewhere and not because of Job Corps? And eventually that became a thing. And here I am, having lived in at least 11 states. Yeah, at this point, 11 states total. So, yeah, it's very fun. I don't know if I say that in terms of things right now. And it also reminds me that I have to update my license because they have the whole real ID thing that they're trying to really like. They're like, hey, now it's serious business. Remember when we talked about this and it's like, hey, there's a deadline for this, and you guys are like, oh, whatever, Joe. And now it's like, hey, now here we are. Of course, the deadline doesn't mean like after it's done you can't get it anymore. No, you can get it still, but it's just like it's gonna be yeah. I mean it's whatever. You can still go to DMV and be like, hey, real ID, please, and they'll be like, okay, yeah, sure. And it's not gonna be like, hey, you're gonna get an upcharge for waiting past the deadline. It's just if you're planning on doing any immediate flights or whatever, then you need to have the real ID. It's not to say that you're not going to be allowed outright to travel. It's just that you are going to likely suffer delays if you do not have real ID. I don't like that. It still feels very sussy that they're like, hey, real ID, because we don't want to deal with fake IDs and terrorism attacks, even though, I mean, yeah, just side eye. I just yeah, you gotta. They're gonna make you do extra steps. Like they'll be like, okay, I mean, you can still do a passport and your license and all that stuff, but there's gonna be extra. So there's gonna be extra steps, and hell, there's still the present of them saying, yeah, you're not going anywhere. You gotta leave, deuces, which I think is ass. But here we are, I guess. Here we are. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to update my license. It's not gonna be anytime soon. It's gonna have to be the next paycheck, and I'll do that since I want to be able to freely enjoy my travel because I enjoy. I like it. I like going to other states. I like going to see friends that live too far away for me to just casually drive a couple of miles and see. And it's the best way for me to enjoy connecting with people. And that's something that I just want to start doing more now. It's just connecting with more people. Like people that I've known for a long time, like that I still haven't seen face to face. And I I look forward to the initial meeting because I know it's gonna be it might be low key awkward just because it's like, oh well, hey, you're here, you're a real human, and you're here, and yeah. But I look forward to all of it, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be so fun. Oh my god, is it separating? Oh god, my nut butter. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like separating. Like it, I because I just stashed it, so you might be able to see this. Like it's no longer hugging the edge of the jar. God, my nut butter. Reduced sodium and sugar. Good stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But think I think I've done a good amount of just idle yapping. I will take this time to have us go elsewhere. Anybody that's like still here, thank you. GB, thank you for coming. I know it's the tail end, but I still appreciate it. Much love to you, my dear. Smooches to you. We're gonna go and we're gonna raid over to my dearest being Sesu. Sesu Rescue. Um, that is my newfound confidant and fellow envy. And I don't know. It's so funny whenever I see their name pop up because it's like here I am, Sergi Desu, and then you have Sesu Rescue, And it's like I talked to them about this, where it's like we could just have like a dynamic duo, just known as the Sesu Desu. Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna go to see Sesu. I am glad that you guys stopped by. I don't know if I'm gonna do any more of these anytime soon, but if I do, I will try to get the word out in a much more professional fashion. But with all of that, you enjoy your evening. Much love. Toodles, noodles, bye bye. And also, that's another thing that I'm gonna have to do is get like some like scenes and stuff. But I don't know if I don't know how much of that I can do through Restream. I really should just save this for when I have a non Chromebook device. That way I can have access to things like OBS and whatnot. So maybe that, I don't know, maybe I'll just find like a little cheap Windows laptop and see if I can just make it work with that until I get my actual PC in a couple of months. We don't know. So yeah, we have 40 seconds with this raid. So be patient. Be patient, please. Ah, gosh, I gotta get ready for tomorrow. Honestly, yeah, I gotta get ready for tomorrow. My dearest bean is gonna be coming to see me now that I've all moved in and such, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'm probably not gonna do much. We're probably just gonna watch silly videos on YouTube and just call it Gucci because why not, right? But yeah, enjoy your time with Sesu.